France, a nation of conquerors, kings, and revolutionaries. From the legions of Rome to the might of Napoleon, from the guillotine to the Eiffel Tower, its story is one of power, philosophy, and passion. But for every glorious victory, there's a bitter defeat, none more infamous than their stunning collapse in World War II. So how did France go from ruling Europe to, well, surrendering it? This is the history of France, told like never before. Before it was France, it was Gaul, home to fierce Celtic tribes. But in 52 BCE, Julius Caesar crushed them at the Battle of Alesia, adding Gaul to the Roman Empire. For centuries, Rome brought roads, cities, and wine, lots of wine. But after Rome collapsed, new rulers emerged. In 800 AD, Charlemagne, king of the Franks, was crowned emperor of the Romans. He united most of Western Europe, creating a legacy that would shape France and the continent itself. But after his death, his empire fractured, setting the stage for centuries of warfare. Her death, a tragedy. Her legacy, immortal. Jeanne d'Arc's courage and martyrdom became a symbol of French unity and nationalism, inspiring generations and cementing her place as a national heroine. The 7 Years' War, from 1756 to 1763, was the first true world war. France fought Britain across the globe, from Europe to North America and India. The result? Disaster. France lost Canada, territories in India, and control over the seas. This humiliation set the stage for something even bigger: revolution. 1789. The people had had enough. The French Revolution erupted, fueled by hunger, new ideas, and a monarchy drowning in debt. Thanks, Marie Antoinette. King Louis XVI, indecisive. Madame Deficy, out of touch. And Robespierre. He turned France into a bloodbath, sending thousands to the guillotine, including the king and queen themselves. Then came Napoleon Bonaparte, a military genius who turned France into a global superpower. At Austerlitz, he crushed the Russians and Austrians. At Jena, he humbled Prussia. But then, Russia happened. The 1812 invasion was a disaster. In 1815, after Waterloo, Napoleon was finally exiled. France wasn't done with Napoleons. In 1852, Napoleon III, nephew of the original, took power. He modernized Paris, making it the city of love. But after a humiliating defeat in the Franco-Prussian War in 1870, his empire crumbled. In World War I, France fought bravely, enduring brutal trench warfare. But World War II? That's another story. In 1940, Germany steamrolled through France in 6 weeks. While the French resistance fought back, the government surrendered. Embarrassing? Absolutely. But in 1944, thanks to D-Day, France was freed and its honor partially restored. France kept its revolutionary spirit, but now through protests and politics. The last guillotine execution, 1977. The last absolute monarchy, long gone. Today, under President Emmanuel Macron, France remains a global power, strong in culture, diplomacy, and of course, wine. From Rome to revolutions, conquests, to collapses, France has shaped the world. It's a nation of warriors and thinkers, romantics and rebels. Will France rise again? Or will it fade like empires past? One thing's for sure, its story isn't over. Hey everyone! Welcome to my channel! Today we're diving into a super cool time in French history, the Renaissance. It was like a mega explosion of art and culture from the late 1400s to the early 1600s. Think big, bold, and beautiful. France became the place to be, even attracting Leonardo da Vinci. Can you believe it? The French Renaissance was all about new ideas in writing, art, and architecture. It set the stage for French culture as we know it today. Gap 2S. French artists and thinkers went wild with creativity. They pushed boundaries and weren't afraid to try new things. Just look at the stunning castles in the Loire Valley. They're like postcards from the past, showing off the incredible architecture of that time. And let's not forget the writers. Guys like François Rabelais and Michel de Montaigne explored big ideas about humans and how we think. Their work is still important today, showing how much they influenced people. The Renaissance wasn't just about copying old stuff, it was a total transformation. It shaped French culture into what we see and love today. This golden age is still super important, reminding us of when France was the leader in art and smarts. Salut tout le monde! Bienvenue sur ma chaîne. Aujourd'hui, on plonge dans une période super intéressante de l'histoire de France. La Renaissance. Courte pause. C'était comme une énorme explosion d'art et de culture de la fin du XXe siècle au début du XXe. Imaginez. Grandiose, audacieux et magnifique. La France est devenue le centre du monde, attirant même des superstars comme Léonard de Vinci, qui a passé ces dernières années. Incroyable, non? La Renaissance française, c'était l'éclosion de nouvelles idées dans la littérature, l'art et l'architecture. Elle pose les bases de la culture française telle qu'on la connaît aujourd'hui. Intervalle 2S. Pendant la Renaissance, les artistes et les penseurs français ont débordé de créativité. Ils ont repoussé les limites et n'ont pas eu peur d'innover. Il suffit de regarder les magnifiques châteaux de la Loire. S'ils sont de véritables cartes postales du passé, témoignant de l'architecture incroyable de l'époque. Longue pause. Et n'oublions pas les écrivains, des gens comme François Rabelais et Michel de Montaigne ont exploré de grandes idées sur l'être humain et sa pensée. Leurs œuvres sont toujours importantes aujourd'hui, montrant à quel point ils ont influencé les générations suivantes. Pause dramatique. La Renaissance n'était pas juste une copie du passé, c'était une transformation totale. Elle a fécondé la culture française telle qu'on la connaît et qu'on l'aime aujourd'hui. Cet âge d'or reste essentiel, nous rappelons l'époque où la France était à la pointe de l'innovation artistique et intellectuelle. Gap 2. S. The Age of Enlightenment in 18th century France was a time of intellectual growth. Thinkers like Voltaire, Rousseau, and Montesquieu promoted reason, science, and individual rights. Their works influenced the French Revolution and modern democratic principles. Salons buzzed with debates, and books changed thoughts on society and government. These ideas ignited a revolution in thought, leading to real-world revolutions. The Enlightenment set the stage for modern democracy and human rights. The Industrial Revolution transformed 19th century France from an agrarian society to an industrial powerhouse. Innovations in manufacturing, transportation, and technology spurred economic growth and urbanization. This period saw the rise of the working class and significant social changes. Steam engines powered factories, railways crisscrossed the nation, and cities expanded rapidly. The textile industry boomed and iron and coal mining became essential pillars of the economy. Urban centers like Paris, Lyon, and Lille grew exponentially, drawing people from rural areas. The Industrial Revolution reshaped society and the very fabric of daily life. It laid the groundwork for modern France, setting the stage for future innovations. The echoes of this transformative era can still be felt today. Hey everyone! Today we're taking a trip back in time to the Cold War. It was a tense time with the US and the Soviet Union facing off. France, a key NATO member, had a tough job. They had to walk a fine line. Charles de Gaulle wanted France to be strong and independent. He decided that France would leave NATO's military part but still be friends. This was a big deal. It showed the world that France could make its own choices. France started building up its own nuclear weapons. They called it the Force de Frappe. This move really put France on the map. France also wanted to bring people together. They helped create the European Economic Community, which later became the European Union. This was a way to help countries in Europe grow stronger together. Looking back, it's clear that France's actions during the Cold War still matter today. France is still all about working together with other countries, and they're seen as a leader in the world. If you loved this deep dive into France's past, check out Borders and Beyond for more legendary tales of nations, empires, and the battles that shaped them. Subscribe, like, and join the journey. because history is far from over.